Kids who blame are on a dangerous path in their lives, and those are some very practical things you can do about it. I'm Dr. Scott Taransky. You might want to get my free ebook, Equipping Children to Self-Regulate Emotions. You can find it at biblicalparenting.org. Now let's talk about children who blame. Blaming is a serious problem because it can lead to a pattern in life where children become victims, and all the problems in life are because other people did something. If everybody else would change, I'd be fine. It's a dangerous path that children enter into. Sometimes parents inadvertently encourage blaming by asking the wrong questions when it comes to discipline and correction. They ask questions like, why did you do it? Which invites blaming in children. Or what happened here? Because children aren't going to say, well, it was my fault, I did this. They're going to blame on other people. Here are 3 questions you can ask children at the end of a correction time or during a correction time that will move them in the right direction and avoid the blaming and learn how to take responsibility for themselves. Question number 1 is, what did you do wrong? When 2 children are fighting, we have 2 selfish children. And even if one children was hurt by another, what did you do wrong? That's a real good question that you can ask children. It helps them take responsibility for their part of the problem, because generally there is a part that a person has that they play in the situation that happened here. Or sometimes if they didn't do something wrong, what did you do that wasn't the best? So we're helping children take responsibility for their part of the problem. The second question is, why was that wrong? This gets down to some values that we're teaching children. It was unkind, or it was disrespectful, or it was not obeying, or whatever it was. So children can learn the values behind some of the things that they're doing, and that's getting more to the heart of a child. The third question is very important. What can you do differently next time? Empowering children to take responsibility for the next times of life. There's always going to be next times with sibling conflict or disrespect or defiance or meanness. There's always going to be next time. So when you ask the question, what are you going to do differently next time? We're empowering children who would otherwise become victims, and we're saying, what are you going to do that's going to be different next time to handle this situation? When we do those kinds of things, we're moving children in a direction that's empowering them to do better, to take responsibility for themselves, which is at the core of this victim mentality. I don't want to take responsibility for myself. So we're helping them take responsibility for themselves and learn how to move forward with some power. So I'd encourage you to ask these questions with your children. You'll see a significant difference in their patterned responses that they have.